One of the things that my father was telling me when growing up is looking at the fields, and some of the fields were cleared by my grandfather. So they actually were the first to cultivate certain sections of the farm. So it means a bit more to me. This particular plot of land, I got my roots here. So it's one of those, I guess, family history that you just want to keep on going.
We wanted something where we weren't constantly turning the earth. We were looking at permaculture type models for agriculture, and Haskap was something that came up as a really good opportunity for that. You plant it once, it has a lifespan of potentially up to 60 years if it's managed properly. There's no sprays or chemical fertilizers applied to the orchard at all. So growing Haskap was an opportunity for us to commit to sustainable and ecological farming.
Haskap is a June, July crop, but we didn't have any production going into the fall and the winter.
SNAP, or the Sustainable New Agri-Food Products and Productivity Program, is an opportunity through the Rural Agriculture Innovation Network and FedNor for small farmers and food processors to innovate in their businesses.
One of the projects that we proposed to RAIN was transforming one of our seed cans into a lettuce growing operation, which we are and we have been doing for over a year now.
We grow microgreens, we grow lettuce, kale, basil. We have some restaurant and wholesale clients that like to have edible flowers. So that's what's happening in the greenhouse right now. The SNAP program also helped us with some equipment to transform our Haskap products in our kitchen. So a large kettle and a dehydrator were part of that project. We had a donation of a very large insulated dairy tank and the support from SNAP to convert our kitchen into a fish room where we're raising rainbow trout as part of the system. So we pump the rainbow trout water over to some of the grow channels in the hydroponic system, and the roots of the plants uptake the nutrients and filter the water so that it's less toxic for the fish. The vertical farm allows us to grow year-round. It supports me as the full-time farmer having an occupation throughout the year, and we've been able to bring on an employee. So it allows us to grow, it allows us to serve our customers.
We all know that winter is challenging. The production window is small if you're just doing traditional crops. Also, the distances traveled. Obviously, market is not, you're not sitting beside Toronto where you can set up at one shop. Northern Ontario, there's a bit of a distance. We go to market every week in Sudbury, but it's an hour drive, so you have to bring your product there. And it's one of the challenges, the transformation of the fruit. And when you show up with lettuce that's grown fresh, I think the challenge disappears.
And everyone wants lettuce. So when we're at market, we have lettuce on the table, and then we get an opportunity to talk about Haskap. We grew more than 6,000 pounds of it this year, and we're still very much educating about what Haskap is. And so these equipment inputs from the SNAP program have allowed us to transform it into value-added products. It also allows us to present something to our clientele that is palatable right off the bat. So people are more willing to try a jam than to buy a frozen berry. It's important to have funding opportunities like those offered through RAIN for our northern communities to improve our regional food security and resilience. With our changing climate, we know that there can be disruptions to our food systems, and we really need to be able to increase capacity to grow here to serve our communities better.